You're listening to the Midwest's Most Dangerous Podcast, Season 16, Episode 4, LOCPod, coming to you live from the NECA IBEW Powering Indiana Lake County Studios.
Happy Tuesday. Good morning.
That was a great intro, Thomas.
Uh-oh.
You're not on.
And that. Good morning to our producer.
Hey, what's up?
Producer.
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Am I on now?
I didn't think we were ready for him yet. Are we ready for him?
Yes.
Yeah, we're ready for him.
Okay. You'll never be ready.
We have
John
a
Besmer's
show.
clapping right now wherever he is. It's like, oh, see.
He has the clap and he's clapping.
He's not celebrating us messing up. We're ruining his image.
It's
now.
5 o'clock in the morning where he is.
I did that on
Right.
purpose.
Oh, yes. Chris is like, this is the way I'll never be asked back.
Welcome, LOCPodians.
We have a interesting show today with 2 guests. I don't think we've ever done 2 guests, have
Like
we?
like a shifting of the guests.
We have a beginning guest and then an ending guest. Our beginning guest is the infamous Johnny Law Cantrell from Cantrell and Cantrell.
Thank
Morning,
you for
John.
having me. I'm real excited to be here. I did bring Thomas what I would classify as a housewarming present.
Housewarming. Where did he get a new house? Like an RV? Is this
He's
like
got
an RV warming?
A mobile home.
Oh,
He's got
oh,
a
yes.
housewarming present.
I have a feeling this is going to be embarrassing.
No, it's actually useful.
It's wrapped very nicely.
Yeah.
All right, nothing vibrating.
Did you have anything to do with this, or is this all
It's from
on
Cantrell
Kristen?
and Cantrell.
Oh,
From
okay.
John
All
and
right, all right.
Kristen.
I love it. That's going on
What
the.
is
That
it?
going on? If
It's
it's
a
a
bumper
rockin',
sticker.
don't come a knockin'.
It's a magnet.
Oh my
it's
God.
a
If this
magnet.
RV is a rockin', don't come a knockin'.
Yes, it's a magnet, and
I think
advice.
Marissa will let you put that on.
I'm going to. But the thing about our RV, it's got a really stable system. It's like it
You gotta
stabilizes
test it, though.
really well. I don't think you can rock it. Like,
I picture you guys rocking it. That's what I'm.
Oh, we
picturing
rock
right
it,
now.
but like-
Oh my God.
Well, see, and it's.
I'm like talking like a rock star rocket. Like we're just
that
rockers.
doesn't
Oh,
clarify
okay.
anything.
You're like, I've been married 25 years.
Dude, we don't rock shit.
Let's
And
say
rock out. How about
But
that?
see, this is
There you
really
go.
handy because you're empty nesters. You guys are
Yeah,
traveling
yeah.
the world in
Yeah.
your RV.
Uh-huh.
But also, like, let's say it's Christmas or Thanksgiving, and everybody comes back in. You can go out in the driveway for 27 minutes, and you can. The magnet is kind of like the dishwashing
7.
magnet when it's
7 is appropriate.
7 minutes. That's fine. It's it's a dishwasher magnet when it's turned up or
Oh.
turned down. So
Oh.
like if you don't want anybody to come in there,
Yeah.
you throw on the magnet.
Like a
Well,
sock on the door.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's
Type of thing.
it's basically a sock on the door for you.
Okay.
It's illegal to park RVs in the driveway. That's one
That's
of
true,
the
unless
bummers
you
about-
have some.
What about 10 minutes or
Specific.
less? 10 minutes or
Yeah,
less.
I have to. No, I
Carport.
did. I put it there for like when we stage it, getting ready to leave someplace.
There you go.
Yeah.
Can I tell
Kinda-
you?
I think Tom's starting to look like a little bit of an RVer. Like he's been, he's sporting the baseball caps more. You got
Yeah.
like kind of like your cat. Well, you're usually casual.
What,
for
what do you mean,
LOCPod,
like
but-
unshowered? Like
No,
you-
just like
I'm
he
not
looks.
tired.
He looks very
Okay.
comfortable in his
It
RV
took
life.
33 years of my life for Dad to chill out.
I mean, it was like you guys moving out probably had something to do with it.
you're a very stressful child, Marissa. I mean, Lindsey.
That's
Yeah.
not my name.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean having 4 kids, like on Marissa and I. I
Yeah,
mean,
you get to
it's-
chill,
Yeah,
Finally.
it's weird. Everybody's out. They're like not on our
The dogs.
not in our pocketbook anymore.
right?
They're out like earning their own living. And Lindsay,
That means you did a good job. That means you guys did
Yeah.
a great job.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to give them any type of inheritance if you give them an education. They can go make their own.
I
money.
like
or
your
an
theory.
RV.
Yeah. I don't care where my money goes when I'm dead. as long
I'll
as-
still take the money.
There,
Yeah.
there you go, Lynn. There you go, baby.
It's gonna be.
That's
it's
my
gonna
girl.
be gone.
I'm a capitalist, dude. That's
gonna
my
be
daughter
gone.
is at least half capitalist.
I
so,
love that.
Yeah. Hey, we
yeah.
have a surprise for you too, John.
Oh, John,
Yeah.
we love this.
We have a couple surprises for
Okay.
you, John.
Okay. I
First
like
is I don't know if you realize you were in a rap video. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
This,
we have LOCPod archives.
Can I just say that this just gives Johnny Law such street cred, in my opinion. Like, you need to put this on your website.
Dude, we should just play that rap when we're doing Cantrell and Cantrell. It saves us 10, 15 seconds each
I
show,
like
and
it.
it
I
says
like it.
everything you need to say about Johnny Law Cantrell and the law firm of Cantrell and Cantrell.
John, do you want to give us a little background on this before we play it?
Somebody sent this to me and be like, "Hey, you need to listen to this."
Was it? Do you know the artist, or do you know somebody that he knows, or?
I know somebody that he knows.
Okay, got it.
Yes.
All right, so let's play this real quick here, Chris, if we can.
2, 3, and 5, 5, 6, that's what my chopper take. I ain't going back to jail, we can meet in hell and smoke some lava cake. Maybe John Cantrell can help me with my marijuana case. Look, at 68 years, I hope he appeal. I get on my knees and pray. I ain't boosting.
This is
That's-
it's
Is that your specialty?
no from
Rap
tra-
videos?
from
Or-
from traffic tickets to murder.
There you go.
Yeah.
I think marijuana.
so if
case
you have a
fits in there.
marijuana case, is between traffic tickets and murder.
Mm-hmm. That's at the lower end for sure.
Yeah, I think it's closer to traffic tickets.
Maybe John Cantrell can help me beat my marijuana case.
I hope
Yeah.
you never get one, Kevin.
You
I
shouldn't
hope not
have a
either.
freaking marijuana case.
Amen.
You can go down to Dam Street and buy marijuana legally. And we have marijuana cases.
But it helps John stay in business.
Thank you for surprising me with that video because it makes me feel good. You know, you like that kind of stuff. And it's in front of my old arch nemesis.
What?
Chris Campbell.
Oh, man, it is?
We competed in sports in high school.
Is that in front of Clark or something? Is that in front of Clark High School? John, can you play that again, Chris?
We played
I didn't
tennis.
even notice that. That's
It's
funny.
in front of Clark High School?
No.
What are you saying?
I played tennis against Chris in high school.
Oh, no way.
We were arch rivals.
Really?
Yes.
I think we had one match.
Yeah.
Were you arch rivals, Chris?
Oh, totally. I can't remember what they call you, like captain or general or something. Your
Wow,
squad.
John.
They call me a lot of weird stuff, Kevin. They still do.
They were saluting. It was very odd.
So what was this? John was with BNI and you were with
Clark.
High School.
Yes.
Pioneers.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Robert Sale boy.
How do you feel about Clark, John?
You know what? I got to say this, and every time I see Chris, I will honk the horn and say this. Clark sucks.
Oh, damn.
Clark is no longer around, so we don't need to be offended.
At least it's not Jill and Chris today. They'd have been
right.
all over you.
I don't really feel that way, but I like to talk shit. And Chris's old coach lives almost directly behind me, so I say the same thing to him.
Okay, hey, another thing.
Yes.
Okay, so last week on the show, we get into this thing about dyeing hair, right? Mm-hmm. And then it was alleged, you know, and there's allegations galore. And sometimes we talk about allegations and we get sued.
Yes.
Like I walked into the freaking studio today and I got served. How the hell does that happen? I get served in my lawyer's office.
We got served?
We got served, Lindsey.
You've been
Me or
served,
you?
Lindsey.
Oh,
you.
it's me.
You,
No,
Lindsey.
it's me.
Just
Is
you.
it?
Or you?
No, I think it's me.
Us.
No.
Is it all of us?
It's us.
You have to crawl out of this again, even though you crawled out.
No,
of
no,
the
no.
front row?
It's left to center. That's us.
Oh fuck.
Yes.
My bad.
That's right. We'll deal with
It
it.
is your bad, Dad.
We'll deal with that.
It's not my fucking bad. We're not gonna, I'm not
right.
gonna get cocky, but
Hey, Lindsey, you
we're gonna
can't
win.
help when people
I think
sue
we're
you.
gonna win this case, like we won the federal case.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This party.
You just need some Ivy Leaguers to help you out. That's all.
We
Yeah.
got yes, and we have some.
So anyway, while we were talking about hair dye, it came up. There was an allegation made in chat that said somebody we know very well dyes his hair, and we're like, who? And then your name came up, dude.
And I was like, I don't know about that. So
'Cause,
here,
I mean, I'm on the record. I have never dyed any hair.
I
on
have
my
not
body.
either.
Okay.
Wait. What about
Nope.
downstairs?
Nope.
hair?
Nope.
No.
what's
Nope.
that called?
Well, funny enough,
I
Manscaping?
thought you said the
Manscaped.
carpet of the
The
funny
carpet-
enough,
the
I
carpet
like
of the
to
tree.
I like to darken my armpit hair. That's a weird thing. It's like
Okay.
that's the one
What
part
color?
I want it dark.
Like purple?
No, just I want it to be like fresh.
You use just for men pube gel?
So
is
anyway.
this is a really cute picture of John's daughter Amelia and John that I got
That
from
is
his wife Kristen this
inside.
morning. What do you think, John?
Was Mimi
nine
born-
years ago?
Yeah, 10.
What's Mimi now?
Yeah.
Was she born
she's 10.
downtown?
She's 10. So
I know
this
you
is-
guys lived downtown for a bit, John. Was Mimi born in Chicago, or she was?
No.
You lived in the region by that time.
Well, we
You
Kristen
just
was
moved?
in law school, so
Right.
Yeah.
So this is look
that's
at
a
how
picture of you guys in
young and
Chicago.
happy you look.
God. And more importantly, the reason we pulled this up, not because it's a beautiful picture with your daughter, we wanted to verify that, John, you do not. I don't think you do dye your hair, because your hair is really dark. You're probably what?
It's
30.
40. I'm 40.
You're
So now
40.
you're
there.
50.
And your
Or
hair is
close.
perfectly brown, darkish brown there. There's hardly any gray to be seen. And I have the same view of you right now. And you look like shit, dude. Like right now.
I'm 51.
That's what parenthood does to you guys.
So I listen to the show even when I'm not on.
I love you, John.
And-
You know that.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I listened to the show, and so Vesmar started saying, "Well, I know someone that dyes his
Vesmar
hair."
did it?
Vesmar and Tom. They were like,
Who, Tom, me?
Yeah. Well,
I said what?
This is the transcript. Okay, so
He came
I'm
with
listening to it, and they're
receipts.
talking about somebody that they're talking about how good looking Kevin looks, and then Tom got mad, and they're talking about Kevin's hair, and you were like, "Tom, you have great hair." You're like, "I never dyed my
never
hair."
said
Like,
that.
dude, I don't remember this show.
This is an interesting transcription.
I don't
of
remember this
episode
show at all.
3.
We also said that my hair was nice, but I kind of facilitated.
You obviously
I don't
don't dye
remember
your
that
hair,
part.
babe.
He was like, "You have John Stamos hair," and then they started talking, and you're,
This is going on in chat?
yeah, no. This is going on in the show. He didn't say John
What the
Stamos hair,
fuck?
but he was talking about.
I don't think John Stamos has ever been mentioned on our show.
No.
No, he
Except by John.
Kevin was talking about how great your hair was, and you're like, "I've never dyed my hair." And then Vesmar was like, "I could think of somebody that dyes their hair." and then he threw my name out
In
there.
chat?
No.
Oh,
just
it was
the
actually
show.
on the show?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, yeah, I could see that. And I was like,
Dude,
my
you-
hair is totally gray. Like,
You
I don't even know
I
what's
think
going
I
on
could
here.
affirmatively say there's no way in hell that
Yeah,
you dye your
that
hair.
was
No,
the
green.
this
stupidest
You look
thing
very
I've ever-
conversation did
distinguished.
happen though, and I think I need to take my dad and Kevin to the doctor and see
Probably.
a neurologist.
I have a thing where, like,
That's a memory issue.
Kevin
I
and
remember
I-
this conversation
do you?
clearly.
Johnny, like, you have the same
don't
exact
touch my
beard.
face.
I liked how you
the
said
same exact
John
beard.
loves getting touched.
Like, the same exact beard. You look great, dude.
Especially I like a man's hands
Yeah.
by my
Oh,
mouth.
you look so good,
He's,
dude.
John's going to walk out,
You
man.
didn't
I
say
know
no.
John.
I got to
You look
shower.
good, John.
I'm gonna go use Kevin's shower.
I gotta shower.
Again.
Well, that's just some, we wanted to start out
Thanks for doing that.
because we
But
never get to have fun with you,
It's
John.
so annoying because
You do
it's
not
so
dye your
wrong.
hair.
It's
you
so
do not
wrong.
dye your hair,
Yeah.
John.
Yeah.
You do not. Affirmatively.
That's what happened
I
to
don't
me.
think Chris dyes his hair either, right? Chris got the distinguished gray look.
what about
Why would I
three of them?
bother?
What
I
about
agree, right?
What about the carpet?
So,
Jeez.
and then so John, when that's what happened.
Clean
See, what happened
shaven.
was I got
You're like, no carpet.
Yeah, I don't want.
I got accused of that walking into that fundraiser. The guy was like,
Shaving
"What do
your
you do-"
carpet?
No, he said, "What are you doing to your What are you doing to your hair?
I told you, Tom.
What are you doing to your hair?" And he
what'd
said,
you say?
"I said
That's how
nothing,
this
dude.
started.
I've never colored this.
Yeah.
I've never." He's like, "What color are you coloring it?" I was like,
That's
"What are
how
you
this all
talking-"
started.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin, for bringing
Yes.
us back home. All right.
And I had to defend myself.
Who said that to you?
I don't. I wish I could remember.
Drop names.
I can't remember. It was walking into the Patalis fundraiser,
Yeah.
and I can't remember
Right.
who did
That's
it.
how this happened. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on past the manscaping and gray hair to we have an interesting
Congratulations,
story.
Linz.
Lindsey, this is a Griffith-based story, Lindsey.
Yes.
I know. I live there.
So this happened at the Rock and Rail Festival, which is
I was working.
we normally were you really?
Whoa.
Oh, okay. You were working. Yeah, I
Not
thought you
there.
meant, right,
I was
right.
working at my job.
And this is I want to point out to everybody these are allegations, okay? And we don't feel like getting sued over this. So we're literally reading right from the probable cause affidavit, right?
Yeah. So just as like a just to remind everybody that criminal charges once filed, you still have a presumption of innocence by the defendant, and everyone's innocent until they're proven guilty or otherwise or plead guilty. And these are mere allegations and shouldn't be taken as anything but that.
So we're just reporting the news here, but it's
Yes.
interesting because I think there's some people that are probably afraid to talk about this, and on LOCPod we're not afraid of anything really. So we're going to talk about
Well,
a gentleman.
Yes, we are, but that's okay.
Yeah, we're going to talk about somebody that is known as Mad Mac on WJOB. Okay, Mad Mac is, and I realize, and the important thing is, if you don't know who Mad Mac is, I think is an interesting story nonetheless. We talked about this yesterday. So, like, if you're living in Florida listening right now, why do you care about Mad Mac? You don't, okay? But it's interesting because he is probably one of the biggest Trump supporters I know. Like, he is ignorant, in your face. Trump can do no wrong kind of guy. Everything Trump does is perfect, and Trump is trying to make America great again, and this is who Mad Mac is. This is who he is to his core. He drives around with Trump flags on his bike. He just, right, Kevin?
Yeah, and he's also been, like, even before Trump, he's kind of been, I guess I'd say, an antagonist, right?
Totally.
He calls
rebel
mean.
rouser. A
Yeah,
rebel
mean.
rouser.
I think he's mean.
He calls in the radio station. He's critical. He's an antagonist, and you have the right to do that.
He calls people names. He comes off. He does, Kev. I mean, he's called me names.
He has a bit of a rough personality.
He's been so bad with me. He'd send me crappy texts. He'd like get a hold of me that I blocked him on my cell phone. I can't tell you how many people I've done that to. Like less than 2 or 3, probably.
Wow.
Mad Mac is one of them. He's a pain in the ass, right? And then the funny thing about this guy, you run into this guy sometimes, and he's the sweetest, nicest guy ever. But like when he calls, he's like an internet guy. When he calls WJOB, he has a totally different personality. He's like a total Trump dick, like in your face, like Trump, MAGA, fuck you kind of guy, right? So people where we live know this guy well, okay? And I'm sure where you live, you have a guy just like Mad Mac in your community, right? Because they're everywhere right now,
Yeah,
right?
back in the day, it was like the guy that always wrote the letter to the editor.
Yes.
Or always calling the local radio station to talk about the issue of the day locally.
Would you say that he calls the radio station every day?
I would say yes.
Oh, yeah. Multiple times.
When I
Multiple.
worked at WJOB, he called me every day, and I worked from 4:30 to 6:30.
And then, yeah.
Like, he's up in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
and he's
No,
listening.
he is frequent. He's monitoring. He calls in, and then he'll call in a half hour later with another point.
Yep.
He'll call in the next hour later with another point. He's just...
Is he retired? Does he have?
yeah, he is retired. He's a trader, actually, a retired trader from Chicago.
All right. Well, there you go.
So anyway, he's also a big cyclist, and he rides around on his bike. I said he puts Trump stuff all over his bike. I imagine in Griffith he's a well-known person.
Sure.
Just like he is well-known most of the region because of his frequent calls to WJOB. Do you think we should just play the video?
So this is a video that was so
you didn't get the video?
No. Okay.
So was that in the notes?
I don't know what happened to it. It was in the notes.
I didn't see a video. I just saw the
I didn't either.
affidavit or whatever.
All right, let me pull it up real quick.
So there was a video that was posted online by the alleged victim. We're not going to name that person, but just because we're trying to not name
because you're
people
polite,
that aren't
because you are a
involved
polite person.
Yes,
Kevin.
trying to be. And then there's also obviously the affidavit. So John, just real quick, you know,
I got it right
as a
here.
criminal defense lawyer.
You want me to play the video? It's going to be held up to the microphone, okay?
Okay, this was posted on the Facebook.
You're not going to see it. You'll hear it, okay? This is posted on Facebook. It's a video of Mad Mac riding his bike at the Rock and Rail Festival.
Yeah, posted.
It is verified by my eyesight. I know who this person is. I know what he sounds like. I know what he looks like. This is Mad Mac riding his bike at the Rock and Rail Festival.
Yeah, and just remember, criminal defendants are presumed innocent.
Okay, we've said that enough times.
Yes, I might say it one more.
Do you want John to say it once, John? Do you want to say it?
Let me get this going here. Oh my goodness, I can't get it going. Hold on.
So
here it is. Here it is.
Say it again. Tell him how you grabbed my fucking titty. Tell him how you grabbed my boob as you were fucking pedaling past. You sick fuck. Fuck you. It'll be on the Griffith page tomorrow, homie. Right here, babe.
Okay, so that was a quick interaction, and as you could hear, that's Mad Mac on his bike, giving her the finger, called her a bitch twice, and she's making allegations against him that he rode by her and he grabbed her breast, and then she chased him down, and after she caught up to him, he grabbed her breast again and then rode off. And then she said, I started filming this video, which is what we just heard.
So, John, looking at the charges, and I'm sure you're familiar with this type of case, right?
Yes.
Can you just explain kind of what the charge is and like what somebody like this would face if they're charged with
All right,
this?
sexual battery. Think about your class.
That's what he was charged with, right?
He's charged with 2 counts of sexual battery. So when you touch somebody in a sexual manner and you're trying to arouse them or arouse yourself, it's sexual battery. And you have to distinguish between like an ass slap. Like if I were to slap somebody's ass, like on a basketball court, that's not sexual battery. I'm not trying to arouse Tom. I'm not trying to arouse myself. I'm just saying good game.
Right.
So in a different context, that same ass slap can be considered a sexual battery. If you're at the byway and you do it to a waitress, you're getting arrested and going to jail. And so the punishment for a sexual battery is anywhere from 6 months probation up to 2.5 years.
John, is it always charged as a felony? Like these were both sexual battery count 1, sexual battery count 2, 2 separate incidences allegedly, and they charged both with level 6 felonies.
So in other words, is there a misdemeanor count for sexual battery?
No.
Okay.
So
it's
this
always a
has to
felony.
be charged as a felony.
It's a level 6 felony.
And level 6 is that the lowest or the highest?
Lowest.
Okay.
Lowest. Attempted murder. Murder is on its own. There is no level for
there's level
murder.
1s all the way to 6.
Level 1 is attempted murder.
Okay,
so
got it.
that's the worst
and then
thing.
murder is no level.
Yeah,
it's just your
it's
bet.
It's a separate and specific charge. It doesn't have it has a penalty range of its own. So this type of charge is filed when somebody is touching somebody, and the defense can often be, I didn't intend this to be sexual at all. So, like ass slapping is a little bit different. Breast touching, I like that. That's in a different category in itself because I represented, it was in the paper, this lady who slapped another lady's butt inside a dressing room at Victoria's Secret, and she got charged with sexual battery.
Oh.
And she just basically thanked the lady for helping her. She, it was like girl talk in the locker room, but they said that she was impaired and she slapped this lady's ass, but she's like, it wasn't sexual. I'm not a lesbian.
So could a defense to this be, she was in my way. I was just trying to get out of the way.
Well, yeah, you could say that he accidentally touched her by accident, like he was going to run into her, or she was drunk and she was falling into him. I'm not saying that she was drunk or not, but if you're trying, I'm talking generally speaking, if you touch somebody by accident, you could say it's not sexual.
So this
battery.
allegedly. So the interesting thing, I read the probable cause affidavit. And the interesting thing about this is they basically, it's a one person's word against the other, and I don't read anywhere where there's video evidence. I thought I read something. Do you remember this, Kevin, where they said I saw video evidence of them coming in close proximity to each other?
Yeah, that's in the probable
cause. But you can't really
affidavit.
tell if he was groping her or anything like that.
Yeah, the affidavit says that when the police officers reviewed the videotape of the event, they noticed there was him riding on his bike, and I think him stopping and then starting again. I think
and
is
then
what it
stopping.
said.
And then there was two separate instances, and then she started filming that video we played.
Yeah. So
and she's, I mean, this thing. If you're looking at this video, she is fucking pissed off. You could tell something just happened to her, and she is incredibly pissed off.
Yeah.
And she's chasing after him, which is the kind of thing I think if that happened to Marissa, I think that's definitely how Marissa would approach it. She would like chase him down and be like saying things like
Confronting
that.
him
Absolutely. So like,
And she's fast too.
yeah, but like, so I think like Lindsey, I think you'd do the same thing. If somebody
Yeah.
drove by and groped you, you'd chase him down and you'd make a scene. And so like credibility wise, the victim in this case, credibility wise, I'd give her a check mark, and it seems like she's being credible. Now, we don't know the facts of the case, and discovery is going to happen, and Mad Mac is going to get a chance to defend himself against these two felonies. But Mad Mac, WJLB's very own, frequent, 10-time-a-day caller, total Trump supporter, is being charged with 2 felonies for allegedly groping a woman at the Rock and Rail Fest.
So let's talk about how this case is going to break down. If he can try to negotiate, if he is guilty and wants to accept responsibility, he can negotiate a resolution and try to avoid a felony conviction. He's charged with 2 counts of sexual battery, one for the touching when he was riding on his bike. That's the allegation. And the second one is when she confronted him, she says he did it again. And that's the second count, all within a matter of minutes. Like the video, I think comes into evidence in a trial, and Kevin, I'd like to hear your thoughts about it, but it's going to come in as an excited utterance and a present sense impression. The video captures her reaction right afterwards, so I think that video is going to come in.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely right. It's hearsay, and I think what we're talking about is just how do you get hearsay in? There's exceptions to it, and John just mentioned too that I'm sure the prosecution will try to get it in. So.
Yeah, that's going to be
So that video is going to most likely make it in as evidence in the trial.
Yes.
So you're going to have the video of this woman that just got groped, pissed off, and then you're going to have Mad Mac, if it goes to trial, saying I didn't do it.
Yeah,
or,
I mean, he'll
accidentally
have
brushed
whatever
her.
defense he has,
Right.
yeah, and then we'll see what happens.
I'm curious if the video comes in, would a judge let in him flipping her the bird?
Oh, dude,
Because
because
how
you
is
didn't see
relevant?
that. You
I don't-
didn't see that, but he did. He was flipping her off, calling her a bitch.
I don't think
basically
that
right
gets
away.
in.
Yeah,
I think that stays out.
But that's part of the video, dude.
You just clip it, man. I mean, you clip videos all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
what's the
what's
relevancy
the
of that
relevancy
part?
of flipping them off? It's almost like you can kind of enrage the jurors. It'd be 403 evidence, I think.
Yeah, I think a good lawyer would try to keep the flipping the bird part off, but
and calling her a bitch.
A judge may let that in. I don't know. It's going to be fun.
John,
That's gonna be interesting to watch.
Here's a question, and we were talking about this pre-show, and I think it's interesting. We mentioned that it looks to be like his word against her word, and he says, she says. I mean, are there a lot of instances in criminal court where you see that all the time, or not much?
Thousands of people go to jail every year due to the word of one person.
Okay.
Think about all, date rapes. He said that she consented. She said I was drunk, passed out. He took advantage of me. Every purse snatching that happens in an alley, the lady picks him out of a 6-person lineup, and he says it wasn't me. I don't know why she's saying it was me. And
even some murders, I'm sure, like one witness, right?
Absolutely. I mean, so the word of one witness.
But as a defense lawyer, you got to be licking your chops a little bit more on a case where it's he said, she said, right?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, if it's on video and you can
But
see
the
it on
video you don't see on video, you don't see the alleged groping take place on video.
Correct.
Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of times you're
What
fighting.
about with like witnesses?
There's none, I don't think. I mean, we'll find that out, Lynn.
There's going to be there was another lady's voice that you can hear on that video, so that person
that could change everything.
That person,
if you got
is
one
some kind of
person,
witness.
independent of Mad Mac and the victim, if you have one other person that could verify that happened, he's in big freaking trouble.
She could have been a witness after the fact.
Okay,
or
so let's
during.
say that's the case, John. So he has 2 felonies filed against him. Let's say there's a witness that could verify it. How do they plead that? It's like, I'll drop one and you plead to the other kind of thing?
Yes, and they would make him go to like. Not this particular case, but let's take a case in general. If somebody's charged with 2 counts, they plead guilty to 1. Then you would get some period of probation and perhaps counseling. So like that's something that would happen. I don't think that if they worked out a plea, it would call for jail time, but on a negotiated resolution. But in trial, if he lost, all bets are off. He could get probation, home detention, work release, jail, prison.
Okay.
Oh,
So
good.
Mad
That's
Mac's
good.
in trouble.
Good conversation. Well, he's been charged, and we're obviously we'll follow it, see what happens, and these are allegations, and we'll see where it goes.
He's
All right.
presumed innocent of proven guilty.
John, we're going to get moving on some ads, right? Do some ads and keep moving because we've got Zach in the green room, and I know we're going to finish up with John next segment. So stick around, John, for the next segment. We'll do ads and come right back.
Okay. I'm just going to start with Power in Indiana Lake County, our premier and studio sponsor. Power in Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's most trusted electricians. At Power in Indiana Lake County, we set the standard for excellence in electrical work. As IBEW Local 697 electrical contractors, we ensure safety, reliability, and quality for Northwest Indiana corporations, businesses, and homes alike. But our mission goes beyond the job site. We're creating a brighter future for the region we proudly serve. Powering Indiana Lake County, bringing excellence to the job, creating a brighter future for our community. Find the right electrical contractor at poweringindiana.org.
John.
MCR Partners is your one-stop shopping destination for top-notch expertise in economic finance and planning and development with a dedicated team geared up to tackle your projects head-on. They're your go-to comprehensive solution providers. Dive into the world of economic development with MCR Partners and let them guide you through the maze of opportunity. Stay in the loop and connected by hitting up their website at mcrpartnersllc.com, or for tailored assistance, don't hesitate to reach out to the godfather of booty, Matt Reardon, the Rear Don, 219-741-9511.
Okay, Byway Brewing is a family-friendly microbrewery with a spacious tap room and outdoor patio serving its award-winning craft beer, a chef-driven food menu, and craft cocktails on draft. Their brewing equipment and production facility offer a unique backdrop for events like bridal showers, reunions, or corporate parties. With their new food truck, they can cater to your corporate and private events off-site, just off 8094 at the Kennedy Avenue South exit, and discover more at bywaybrewing.beer.
Kuklakis Law. Are you facing legal challenges and don't know where to turn? Look no further than Kuklakis Law, your trusted source for legal advice in Indiana and Illinois. Do you need representation buying or selling real estate? Call Kuklakis Law. Do you need help forming your business? Call Kuklakis Law. Did you get injured in a car crash or at your job? Call Kuklakis Law. No matter what your legal issue, call 219-671-6347 for a free consultation. Who are you going to call? Kuklakis. Hablamos Espanol.
The branding room floor. Don't let your business get lost in the shuffle of generic branding and aimless marketing. Trust Northwest Indiana's award-winning full-service marketing agency, The Branding Room Floor. Providing data-driven results to help your business grow in a crowded market is their specialty. From website development and digital advertising to graphic design and branding, The Branding Room Floor will set your business or organization on a clear path to strategic success. Don't wait another day to get started. Visit thebrandingroomfloor.com today.
Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana Lake County.
All right. Micah Beckwith, Indiana's lieutenant governor.
Yeah, this kind of came up when we were talking pre-show about the Charlie Kirk assassination, and just kind of, it was interesting. Tom's going to talk about an event we went to with the lieutenant governor, but we both commented that he's somebody that's kind of out there.
He's Indiana's Charlie Kirk, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying anything about what happened to Charlie Kirk. What I'm saying is Charlie Kirk was considered way out front, pushing for the MAGA cause. He was like unapologetically pro-Trump, unapologetically pro-MAGA, very divisive, obviously tragically assassinated at way too young of an age. Micah Beckwith is a very similar person in Indiana. Now, this is Indiana's lieutenant governor, and I realize not everybody that listens to this show lives here, but I do want to point out Micah Beckwith is our state's Charlie Kirk, in my opinion, meaning he's out front, he's bold, he's vulgar, he's repulsive, he is
well, depending
he's
on
a pastor too, which is crazy.
Depending on your perspective, right? I mean, some people think of him as a man of God and a very wholesome guy, and so it just depends on your perspective. But I think what the comparison I was thinking also was just the fact that he is fine and happy to take questions as they come, and good, just like Charlie Kirk kind of was out there, and that was kind of his MO, right? You want to ask me anything? Let's go. Let's debate.
Do you think Micah is a disciple of Charlie Kirk?
I don't know if disciple is the word, but I'm sure he maybe got something. Got something from his style, right?
Because it's a very similar style,
right?
For sure, I agree with you.
And I would say that what I was, and I had never met the lieutenant governor until this event.
Me neither.
And I actually came away with more respect for him than I did going in.
I was completely impressed.
In the sense that I thought a couple things. One, he wasn't afraid to take questions no matter where they came from.
And he knew that there was questions in there coming from the far left.
Sure.
There was infiltration. Kevin and I were there being gentlemen. I was standing at the back of the room being nice and respectful.
I was there just to check it out. Really.
I wanted to see it too.
Yeah, and so the other thing was, I thought that the one other thing I thought I was impressed with was the fact that he was very and unapologetic critical of the administration that he's part of.
That was crazy.
Yeah, and
he's talking shit about the governor.
Wow.
He's talking shit about the governor's agenda. This is the lieutenant governor.
And we all know that they didn't run, like they were kind of placed together, right? Like
there was an arranged marriage.
He wasn't the governor's pick at the convention. He beat the governor's pick at the convention.
Right. But like I've never ever seen a governor and a lieutenant governor so completely not on the same agenda. He is literally talking crap about SB1, about the tax relief package. He thinks it's been botched. Like it's just to hear that from the administration's number 2 blows me away. And by the way, so I talked to, first off, this whole thing took place in the Marine. It was a Marine bar.
Yeah, it's like I forget what it's called. It kind of reminds you of a VFW or an American Legion, but it specifically is called Marine.
Yeah.
Marines, and they have all Marine stuff up.
So I'm going to see the Republican lieutenant governor. Everybody in the region knows I'm a Navy guy.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something about squids and jarheads, okay? They don't get along, okay? Everybody knows. And it's like funny, internal like military stuff, but if you're a Marine, you will fuck with me because you know I'm a Navy guy. That's just how it is. And I'll do the same thing. I'll comment on, the thick skull you have and stuff like that. And you guys will say, oh, you insinuate that, we're not very masculine, basically. That's kind of ribbing that takes place between jarheads and squids.
That's been going on for a century.
Yeah.
Centuries.
It's fun. It's good-natured fun that military people have, okay? And it's probably gone away because everything's so correct nowadays.
But how did it go when you walked in?
I was walking in, so I was nervous. I was like, dude, I don't know about this. We're going in to see the lieutenant governor in a Marine bar. I'm like, I'm going to get my ass kicked as soon as I walk in.
Not your audience.
It was a Republican room.
I was freaking, concerned a little bit. And I'm not like that when I walk into a room. I tell you what, we walk in, the 2 owners were geeked that Kevin and I were there. And
more geeked that Tom was there. But they welcomed Tom with open arms.
They were total gentlemen.
Yeah.
It was very, very sweet.
You're
they came up. They were,
Kevin.
making sure we were taken care of. They were, being totally – I think they were surprised we were there, too.
Yeah, I think a lot of people were surprised we were there. I got some kind of double takes from people, but I was there to kind of just check this out. I was interested to see what was going on, so it was.
I thought
great.
Micah Beckwith was awesome as the speaker, man.
Do you think he's going to be the governor of Indiana?
I think he's going to run for governor.
We were talking about this. I was like, could you imagine if he took on Braun in the primary?
I do not think it's a stretch. He's on the road. First off. How many times do you see the lieutenant governor hit the road like this and go around the state and hold
Never.
public forums
His own
like this?
deals, right.
He's campaigning right now, and he's getting paid as lieutenant governor. He's supposed to be loyal to his boss, but he's out there on the road holding these forums, talking shit about the governor, talking shit about the governor's agenda, building up his own agenda, and it's got to be driving Braun crazy.
And I would say this, for the most part, he was on the Republican talking points, very on the conservative side of talking points. He's obviously very religious. He's obviously on that, in that vein. I think he thinks religion belongs more in places like schools and our public discourse. But he also did take on the fact that SEA 1 is out there, and that may have been a mistake. He also, by the way, was like, hey. When someone said about the supermajority, he goes, listen, I'm not a great fan of the supermajority. I want Democrats to be more competitive, but they need to get their act together. They need to go less on.
Dude, he was giving us advice.
Yeah, he's like,
here, let me
stay off the social issues.
So, what would you do? I would stay off the social issues. He's like, you guys take positions that are dumb and it's alienating people. And it's it's so funny to hear it. Coming from, he literally is like, would you guys stop fucking yourself out? I want there to be more competition in Indiana, and you guys
he
are
said
dumb.
That
basically.
a couple times. I thought that was interesting.
I thought it was freaking hilarious because it's very true what he's saying there. It's maybe the people that are running this party should listen to you, Micah, because they have no fucking clue.
It's classy shit.
We should have him as a guest.
It's
we should have him as a
shit
guest
talking.
at the.
I think Micah would come on.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you. So I met
think
2 of our state Republicans within the last few months. I met Micah and I met Diego, and I came away impressed with both of them. I'm not following them or anything, but I'm like, wow, I could see how these guys won. I could definitely see how Micah and Diego both won, even though they're outlaws in the party.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not I don't agree with them on a lot of issues, right? But I think it's important, and this goes to everybody, it's important to get your own perspective on things, because you hear things, right? All I knew about Micah Beckwith was what I saw on TikTok, and a lot of the stuff that I'm sure I get fed on TikTok is my algorithm, not somebody who's more conservative than me, right? So to me, it was well worth my visit to the Marine Corps place in Maryville. To hear him just for myself.
I thought he did great.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think we should definitely try to get him on LOCPod.
Yep.
You think he would do it?
Oh, I think you would.
I do too.
Yeah.
But the reason we were talking about Charlie Kirk earlier that brought this whole thing up is I read a Indy Star article earlier in the week where after the assassination where they asked Micah if he was scared for his safety, because he is very out there. He is in the public. He's very divisive. With the left doesn't like him at all. And he basically said, I'm not afraid at all. I'm not going to change anything I'm doing. I'm on God's mission kind of thing. And, but, obviously I don't want anybody to get shot.
Yeah, our next guest, Zach Brown, just texted me that according to our lieutenant governor, he and Charlie Kirk were personal friends. So
Really?
there you go.
I could totally see that.
Yep.
I could totally see that because they're very similar styles,
Well, we got to get John out to court.
Okay. Hey, man.
Bye, guys.
Appreciate
Thank
you, brother.
Thanks
Congratulations
for-
on the rap video.
Yeah.
Your hair looks good. See you,
No
John.
matter
Thanks
what,
for coming
no
in,
matter
brother.
what you do to it, it's fun.
Hey, Kev.
Man, yes,
we
sir.
have those 2 national issues. We could bump both of those,
Yeah.
do ads right now.
Let's
and then
do ads
bring-
and get Zach
And
in.
then we could keep those national issues for the next
Yes,
show.
agreed.
And then we'll bring Zach in
Let's
right
bring
after
him
we
in.
do it. Okay, so we're going to skip the national issues here. We have Zach Brown, my former campaign manager, sitting in the green room right now. And we have some other stories that Zach wants to cover, Indiana-wise. And,
Yeah, I mean, Zach's got his definitely finger on the pulse in Indianapolis, and it's good to have somebody from Indy up once in a while, especially somebody who's politically involved and connected. So
we wanted Zach to come on a couple months ago when it was really hot in Indy, and he was like, fuck that. I'm not going on a show right now because I'm going to say something that's going to piss off a bunch of people. So it's calmed down enough in Indy where Zach said I could come on the show. So,
oh, man, we should have read this ad while John was still here.
I know.
Read
Make
it.
him read his own ad.
Yeah, he's done
Or
that
we
before.
could just skip the ad and say, fuck it, you got plenty of time today,
He did
Cantrell.
that rap song. I think that was good
That's
enough.
good. All right,
You
fine.
get a
Fair
marijuana
enough.
case, call John Cantrell.
We'll just
Cantrell,
play, like you said,
Cantrell.
we'll just play that every time.
He'll
Attorney-
get you off your marijuana charge.
Are you in trouble or are you injured or in trouble with the law? If so, give Cantrell and Cantrell a call today and schedule your consultation. But somebody who's in the court and at the jail every day, as evidenced by him running out, call John Cantrell at 219-554-4LAW or visit their website at bettercallcantrell.com. John and his wife, Kristen, make a great team and are waiting to hear from you.
Prestmer Insurance Agency. For decades, Ron J. Prestmer Insurance Agency has been located right on Indianapolis Boulevard, serving all your insurance needs. The Prestmer Agency specializes in a wide range of insurance products and services, including auto, home, business, life, and much more. Prestmer Agency serves thousands of people and businesses throughout Chicagoland and the Midwest. Call Ron or Ronnie today at 219-844-0103. They're here to protect what matters most to you.
Calumet Brewing. It's not about the miles you ran, the perfect score, or even the final victory. It's about the joy in the journey. The high fives after a friendly game, the feeling of accomplishment, the shared laughter. That's the moment worth toasting. With only 95 calories and 2.6 carbs, Michelob Ultra is the refreshing, crisp reward that makes the moment better. Michelob Ultra. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Head over to the Cal Brew or Michelob Ultra websites and social media pages for more info on this great family of beers, and enjoy the Michelob Ultra lifestyle with beers and cheers responsibly.
Tortillas Nueva Leon is the gold standard in Mexican cuisine across the Midwest. Look for Tortilla Nueva Leon's popular red and white label at your local grocery store and enjoy quality Mexican products with made with local expertise.
Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón. Tortillas Nuevo León, hechas con amor, para ti y tu familia de todo corazón.
Boom.
Misprint Printing. Elevate your brand with Misprint, the premier printing and sign solution in Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana. With a 30-year legacy of excellence, their experienced team, led by Rick Baltensberger, combines innovation and technology to deliver top-quality signs and printing, always on time and within budget. Conveniently located in Munster and Hammond, Misprint is your partner for creating impactful visual solutions that leave a lasting impression. Visit them at misprintusa.com to bring your vision to life today.
Thanks to our sponsors, including our studio sponsor, Power in Indiana, Lake County.
We're giving you your money's worth today, ladies and gentlemen. We have two guests. Two knowledgeable, intelligent, sophisticated guests.
Great looking,
of course.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Lots
And
of compliments today.
I agree.
Good. I've never been in here before.
You haven't been in this studio.
No, I've never been live.
No, that's right. Last time you were on Zoom.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, no way.
Yes.
Nice.
He was
yeah.
Skyping
Welcome.
in, and
That's
Skyping
right.
doesn't even exist anymore. So
That's true.
Skype doesn't exist.
no,
So
Really?
like
That's
learning
why we
Microsoft
switched
got rid of
to
it.
Zoom.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I did not know that.
they got rid of it in July.
Wow.
Yeah, Skype's an archive now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, introducing my former campaign manager when I ran for U.S. Senate, Zach Brown. Good to see you, Zach.
Hey, good to see you guys.
Welcome. this.
Welcome to the studio.
This is weird with the headphones, and it's an interesting.
I like it. How's
Yeah,
Allie
Like
doing?
staring at us.
She's great.
How's the
great.
councilwoman?
She's fantastic. She's great. Thanks
Love
for
Allie.
asking. Yeah,
Allie's,
she sends her love.
By the
Like-
way, like I saw a picture of her the other day. She
Yeah.
looks freaking amazing.
She looks in shape.
She is killing it. She's crushing it. In fact, she's probably
Zach,
at Orange Theory right now, like rowing for 3 hours or something. I mean,
Really?
It's constant. Yes.
Former
She's-
I mean,
former
she
Portage High School shot putter.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
D1
Isn't she a state
athlete.
champ?
Ball State
shot
Yeah,
putter.
All right.
Was she
Yeah.
a state champ?
She's right back. She has some records I know of, like weightlifting, and I don't think she was a state champ at shot putting, but who knows? I'll get a text if she is.
Okay, she'll remind
but
you.
like,
that's
but
right.
Allie, man, I
You-
tell you, I've known Allie and Zach for a while, and Allie looks incredible. I honestly, I would recognize her because I know who she is.
Yep.
But like, you would not recognize her. She's had such a transformative
That
change.
is a common thing that happens.
Yeah,
to
dude,
us
she could
now.
walk up
Yeah.
and talk to me, and it'd probably take me a
100%.
couple seconds. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit,
Yeah,
Allie,
absolutely.
right?
Yes, that's
That's
it
crazy.
happens all the time now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Zach is the famous husband of Allie Brown, Counselor
That's right.
Allie Brown, and is she the vice president of the council?
Yeah, she's the vice
in
president.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
All right.
So
and
Zach,
second year
that
being
has
vice
to be rough right now, right? Like being the vice president, because like for those of you, we've been covering Indy politics and how crazy it's been over the last 6 months.
Yes.
And Allie, the councilwoman being the vice president of the council, is she getting a lot of
flack or
flack? Yeah.
It's tough because as vice president, there's not a lot of power there, right? To do a
You're
whole
the
lot.
vice, right?
You're the vice.
And who's the
And the pre-
president of the council?
Vop Osley.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Vop ran for Secretary of State a
I
while
love Vop.
ago.
Yeah, back in
He's a
2010.
good friend of the
Long time ago.
mayor's.
Yeah,
and-
we've been friends. I think I've been friends with Vop for 15 years now. I love Vop.
Yeah.
And
Vop's a great guy.
voice of the people, that's what Vop stands for, right?
Yeah.
Is that for real, or is that just a campaign thing?
No, that's it's a nickname he got when he was a kid. I think it was his grandma that gave it to him.
No kidding.
When he was like 4 years old.
And that's why it was
So-
voice of the people?
Yeah.
It's like she knew he was going to run for office one day.
He ready-made slogan from grandma.
It's like, Vop, you are going to be an elected official one day.
That's right.
Start
I guess
acting more
now I gotta
appropriately.
run.
or
God
like
darn
a
it.
radio host.
You have
He
to
should have
take
been a podcaster. Actually.
yeah, right? Yeah, the Vop hour.
Well, especially since Trump's canceled Voice of the People, or
Yeah, right.
True, yeah.
Radio Free America, or whatever it's called.
Right.
But, yeah. All right. Well, one of the things that we have been talking about on the show lately is the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Obviously, I'm sure there's stuff going on in Indy about it. Most recently, it just seems like, what's your take on like? Obviously, we're all, political violence doesn't have a place anywhere, right? So we know that. But what is your feeling? What's been going on in Indy that you've seen after the assassination?
I don't know if it's Indianapolis specific, but obviously it's terrible. This is for democracy and for just the exchange of ideas amongst people. This is not where you want to go, right? But Indianapolis specific, I don't know if I've seen anything necessarily specific to Indianapolis.
Hey, Zach, in the previous segment, I'm sure you were listening in the green room. I was comparing our lieutenant governor to Charlie Kirk. Is that, and I'm obviously, I want nothing like what happened, and I'm not trying to say that, but in Indiana, I consider Micah Beckwith sort of our Charlie Kirk. He's sort of out there, sort of divisive. He's not afraid to say what's on his mind, right? That's the scary thing is we do have, and he is a divisive person. And I know there's progressives that really, really don't like the lieutenant governor. It's like, we all got to get a grip, man, and like rein it in a little bit because what's going on.
It just seems to me, the one thing I'm kind of taking a little bit of issue with is it seems that certain people on the right, or especially in the administration, seem to be really trying to push this narrative that the shooter had to be a Democrat or had to be liberal
They
or had to be a leftist.
said that, Kevin. Didn't like Trump and there's a number of people right off the bat that were like, they got him finally. The radical left finally killed Charlie Kirk, right? And we got to do something about the radical left. That was the narrative immediately after the assassination.
Our U.S. Senator Jim Banks, I think, said that. I read it in Politico like 2 days ago.
Okay.
Here it is right here.
Used it as justification for some of the redistricting efforts that they're talking about.
Could I read that off?
Yeah, read that.
Yeah, if you have
Banks
it,
told Playbook that Trump is this is Senator Jim Banks, Indiana's current U.S. Senator, told Playbook that Trump is closely monitoring the redistricting effort in Indiana and similarly tied the importance of the push to Kirk's death. They killed Charlie Kirk. the least that we could do is go through a legal process and redistrict Indiana into a 9-0 map, Banks told Playbook. And I sense it in this crowd in a big way. And I sense it from supporters all over the state. Now is not the time to back off. Now is not the time to be nice. Now is the time to engage in a peaceful and political way. That's our U.S. Senator blaming the left for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Yeah. And as it turns out, the assassin for Charlie Kirk is literally an alt-right extremist.
I mean, I think it's like up in the air, right? I mean, they're trying.
He's not a lefty.
It doesn't seem to be. Like
he dressed as Trump for Halloween.
I heard that. I heard there was a gun. I heard there was a. Yeah, he's definitely.
He's a gun.
His family is definitely a hunter. His
dad's a cop.
Guns. Dad was involved in the sheriff's department somewhere there in Utah. I know his mom. There was at least I don't know if this is you never know when people post things if they're AI or not. But there was a Facebook post by his mom allegedly showing him in a like Groyper type meme. So I don't know, right? It's and then you have the right saying like, oh, but he's living with somebody who is transitioning. I don't know. So it's all over the place.
To me, it seems like the Republican Party is trying really hard to make this assassination a Democrat that did it, and it doesn't work. I mean, everything you look at, the guy lives in Utah. The shooter's dad is a sheriff. The shooter himself is a gun nut. It's like everything in Utah, by the way, the politics in Utah are much like if
there's a supermajority all over.
There's a supermajority. If you're a Democrat, you have no chance whatsoever in that state. And like it's
I don't know.
It seems if I can. So we're talking about like the characterization of the shooter and like is he a lefty? Is he right? Like what's going on? We're getting a lot of mixed signals. It's almost as if people can't be pigeonholed, and everyone's unique.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has their different ways of interacting with the world. I don't understand why it has to be a left or a right.
I agree with
a good point, Lindsey.
I agree.
It's not a square peg in a round hole.
Obviously, somebody who's sick.
But what I'm trying to say, Linz, is that's what the Republican Party. Like, I don't care where he's from. This shooter, I don't give a crap. I think it's horrible what happened, but I think there's a concerted effort in the Republican Party right now to tie the shooter somehow to the progressives, to the left, so that it looks like the left killed Charlie Kirk, which makes the base get riled up. I think there's a literal effort to try to tie this assassination to the left, and it's not working.
Yeah, it's really not. And I think, and it's by the way, it's just as disconcerting when you see people on the far left saying celebrating his death,
dude.
Right? And and
stupid.
It's terrible. So
stupid people.
And so this just goes to show you. Even I saw the vice president yesterday. He was hosting Charlie Kirk's podcast, and he was saying he literally said, and I don't want to misquote him, but I'm going to paraphrase here, that the federal government may go after left-leaning organizations. I'm like, what?
May.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking about?
Don't we have a constitution?
That's what I mean. We have a First Amendment, and as disgusting as some people may use the First Amendment. And there are those that argue that Charlie Kirk used it in that way. But there are those that argue that Charlie Kirk was the greatest thing since sliced bread. That's why we have a First Amendment, so that we don't have to worry about what we say.
It's also, by the way, why we have fair elections or hope to have
fair
elections, right? And so when you get into this issue of redistricting and whatever Jim Banks or anybody else has to say about it, taking the stance of, now we need to go 9-0 to somehow punish whatever he thinks is behind this, right? Whether he's
killed Charlie Kirk,
right?
Now we need to go 9-0 Republicans.
Right. It's like, I think this is a time to step back and say, no, we need more. We need more talking to each other, and we need more debate, healthy debate, right? And we need more. In my business, when you disagree with someone, you go try to win an election against them, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
When you draw a seat or draw a congressional delegation 9-0. And try to make it R plus 15 on every seat or thread the needle so you can win everything. That's not really helping the cause for anyone, I don't think. Right.
And, speaking of redistricting, Zach, I mean, I know we hear through the news and stuff, and maybe somebody from Indy might text us about something. What's your take on redistricting? Is it going to happen? Are you here in special session for sure?
Actually, it's interesting. So while I was in the green room, I was catching up on some news. Capitol Chronicle this morning, Nikki Kelly, super respected journalist in the state, covers the State House, I think, at Fort Wayne. But she is she wrote an article this morning about Mike Braun putting together basically a timeline of them coming back, looking at potentially November special session where they would come in and get this done.
That's basically what we're hearing too. We have
I heard as early as
LOCPod
late
has
September.
Contacts in the General Assembly, and our contacts are selling us there's definitely going to be a special session.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to be redistricting.
Well,
and they're
right
definitely
now-
targeting Frank Mervyn and Andre Carson
Absolutely.
to eliminate their districts.
Yeah,
So that we go
I
9-0.
think that's
They
right.
want Indiana to be 9-0, not 7-2.
That's right. Yeah, and right now, I mean, they have a heavy lift potentially with some of their colleagues, getting them to agree to do this. I think they just need a simple majority. They have, I think, 70-30, maybe 71-29 in the House.
So they can't lose 21 members.
Even more, right? Exactly. Yeah. So it's not a heavy lift for the GOP to win a vote in the state house, right?
With just a simple majority.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah. So it's looking like that. If Mike Braun gets his way, that looks like it's going to happen.
So this is my prediction. Okay, so we have this swirling around in Indiana where they're talking about redistricting, trying to make 9-0 districts instead of 7-2 congressional districts. And then I read an article last week about Secretary of State Diego Morales, who's been holding hearings on whether Indiana should move all municipal elections, mayors, city councils, local boards out of their current odd year cycle and into even numbered years right alongside presidential and midterm elections. Okay, so now this is what they're thinking. So like my municipal elections, me and all the city council, most cities and towns in Indiana, not all of them, but 95% of them at least, run in the odd number years. So my next race is 2027, right? What happens when you have these odd numbered year races is you have a really low voter turnout. Like we'll get races with 15 to 20% turnout sometimes. And what, and first off, if you're looking at the cost of elections, having an odd number year election is a special election. Basically, it's out there. You have to have 2 out of every 4 years for federal reasons. The one that we insert into the odd numbered year is you don't need to do it like that. You could easily move it to an even numbered year.
Sure,
right?
You could.
But
Go
ahead.
You
Zach.
take away a lot of the uniqueness of local
Agree.
politics, right? I
Agree.
mean, that's what you guys live every day. Is that you don't have to be in this hyper partisan world necessarily. You just have to serve your constituents and serve the residents of your
And
city,
local
right?
issues are unique a lot of times,
100%,
right?
absolutely,
Right.
Yeah, I mean, they're not necessarily like party. Oh, I'm a Democrat, so this is what I'm for. It's about like
nobody thinks or acts like that locally.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, Mayor, you've done this
I'll
for
have
22 years.
Good relationships with Republicans in city elections.
Oh, there's some great
And other city
Republican
mayors.
out there.
Great Republican mayors. John Costas and I are real good friends.
100%.
Right. So anyway, the funny thing is, the reason why I predict this is going to be the next up after they redistrict Frank and Andre out is because they think it's going to screw over Democratic mayors, and we have more Democratic mayors than Republican mayors in Indiana.
Well, and they're going to do it under this like guise of like, oh, it's fiscally responsible. It's a drop in the bucket.
It is a drop in the bucket, but it is a savings. It costs, I think, $100,000 to hold elections in
Okay,
Hammond.
but like, what's
Right.
the cost of democracy?
I
Or
agree,
what's the cost
Kevin.
of having local
You still-
issues?
okay.
I mean, I get that part. They're going to make the argument that it's fiscally responsible, but I think there's a big plus for being able to focus on, like Zach said, being able to focus on local issues.
You know what the interesting part is for me, though? So, like, they can't short me by a year, right?
Right.
They can't say,
Correct,
sorry, Mayor,
yeah.
you already
That's-
got 3
that's
years.
correct.
You only
That's
get 3 years when you were elected to 4, because all the mayors and all the town councilmen will sue the state and say, I got elected to 4 years.
Yeah, there's no way they get there.
They're going to give you 5.
Yeah,
So
you
what
can-
they're going to do is give me an extra year.
That's what
they're
will
going to say, instead of
Congratulations.
being done in 12/31/27, Mayor Tom, you're going to be done in 12/31/28, and you're going to have to run the same year as the congressmen are running, the senators are running, the governors running,
All the state reps.
all the
All
so
the
like
state senators.
you're going to be on the ballot with everybody, and it's going to expose mayors to the national trends, and we're not exposed for the same reasons
Yeah.
you guys brought up. So now they're going to be looking at me different. I'm going to be running at the same time that the president's running, if that happens.
And think about it, also kind of dilutes where you are in the ballot in the city race. I mean, think about how far
Absolutely.
down the
It
ballot
does.
you'll be.
I'm
Like
top
right
of the
now,
ballot. I'm
when,
top
I
of
was
the
going to
ballot.
say when you run,
my name is the first one you see.
That's right.
In Hammond when you run, and just like all mayors. And if it's moved, I'm going to be down further.
way down.
I mean, I assume you'll be on the top of the back page.
Yeah, I was going to say it's probably going to be a second page because
Yeah.
all the federal offices, all the state offices,
Yeah.
and then
You
the
know what
local.
I'll get a lot more of though, and so like this doesn't scare me at all.
You'll
in
get
Hammond,
you'll get
I'm
a lot
gonna-
more straight party ticket votes.
Totally.
And you'll get,
Totally.
And I'll
I'll win on straight party votes alone.
Right? So I have a bunch of stats actually about what this
On
might
straight
do.
party votes alone, I'll win my election
Mm-hmm.
in November. So like this doesn't affect the mayor of Hammond at all, or the mayor of East Chicago, or the mayor of Gary. It doesn't affect Democratic cities. Where it affects us is in places like
that are toss-ups.
Crown Point. Mm-hmm. Like Mayor Pete is a great guy. He's a great mayor. He runs in odd numbered years and doesn't have to worry about the national trends. But Mayor Pete in Crown Point, that's a Republican-leaning city. So if you're a Democratic mayor in a Republican-leaning city and you're running at the same time the president's running, a guy like Mayor Pete's going to be more exposed if they do this. And I'm not just, I love Mayor Pete. He's my friend, okay? But I'm saying, and I use that as an example. Evansville, another one. Fort Wayne, another
Portage, potentially. I mean,
very
it's-
interesting.
Yeah, good
I
call.
happen to have some
for a
numbers for you
Republican,
guys.
right?
I happen to have some numbers.
look
on
at you.
those-
See,
on those various
that's
cities.
why
Look at
you're
that. How
that's
about
why
that?
you're a
That's why we
political
pulled-
genius.
That's why we picked you to run my campaign. My losing campaign. That's why we picked you to run
That's
that
right.
one, right?
Hey, I think it's going all right.
Dude,
was that my quote
yes.
on the last?
Yes,
was
going
funny.
okay.
That was your famous quote. I think we're doing
Oh,
okay.
yeah,
thanks,
that's
man.
right.
Thanks,
In
man.
August
It's
of
so,
22.
so fucking reassuring.
Turns out not
I
so
think
much.
we're doing all right.
I guess, really.
Yeah.
But so I brought some stats actually, and this is a shout out to
Forgot
Nick
about
Roberts, another counselor in Indianapolis.
Hey, Nick, what's up?
He posted this.
He's
on,
a sharp elected official.
Oh man,
I'm a fan of Nick
brilliant
Roberts.
Brilliant guy.
We gotta
And
get
Nice
him
young
on the
man.
show too.
He'd be
Well,
great.
He's like a
got
20
some-
something, like
oh,
20
he's
something.
like 24 maybe.
He'd be great on
He's
the
a
show.
he's an indie counselor. Chris.
I've known him.
A
I
24-year-old.
think since he
It's
was
crazy.
16 or 17, and he's always been.
We definitely knew him before he was elected.
Oh, absolutely, and he's always been right on the ball with all of this data stuff. So he has some friends at VoteHub.com who put up all of the precinct results for the 2024 election, right? So Trump versus Kamala, right? And so Crown Point, for instance, place where, like you said, we have a Democratic mayor doing a great job. 44.2% is what Kamala Harris got in 2024 in Crown Point.
Now you
That
would think the
sucks.
mayor would do
That's
better
rough.
than that.
Yeah,
I would think the mayor would do better than
But
that.
if there's a
think you're right.
crossover,
I do think
but
you're
that's
right.
the thing, though. You start getting buried in all the straight ticket
I
voting.
agree. Yeah,
100%.
yeah. good
Like, and
point.
it's hard to overcome that.
The
point.
volume
Because there's some
itself-
people that are like, you said the ballot's going to be 20 pages long or 15
Yeah.
pages long, right? And
3
some
at
people, they're
least.
not going to roll through the whole damn thing. They're going to be like, fuck it, straight
Yep.
R.
Or just that's what they do
Straight D.
in presidential election. They go boink.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
I like how you use
So
boink. That's mine.
okay, so Terre Haute.
That's mine.
So Terre Haute,
can't
right?
say boink.
Another great
You
Democratic
you
mayor,
rub off on me.
Brandon Sackbun in Terre Haute. Kamala Harris, 48.7%.
What?
Terre Haute lost by 0.5.
Which has a Democratic
Yeah.
Brandon
mayor.
Sackbun
God, dude.
has
and a great mayor.
Democratic mayor. Yeah, he's on the ball, and he would be
He's great.
He would be running against the headwind of the national.
We got to get him, too.
Right.
Yeah, he'd be a great guest as well.
So we got Brandon Sackbun. We need to get Nick Roberts, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Micah Beckwith.
Oh man,
Micah Beckwith.
there's a ton of mayors you can get as I go through this list. Stephanie Terry in Evansville, right?
Yeah, I love
she's,
Stephanie.
She flipped a seat in this
That's
last
a
election
tough
in
town.
2023.
That's a tough town.
49.2 for Kamala, lost by 0.1%.
Wow. I would have
And
never guessed that.
And you would think that she would, like you would think that locally people would be like, I like our mayor. I'm
Sure.
voting for her, even though I voted for Trump.
Which
Wow.
I, which I think-
49.2 for
That's great.
Kamala in
Which I-
Evansville?
That's good.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. In Portage, so we mentioned Portage, Republican mayor now, right?
That's it.
Flipped
Kamala did
over
well
in
there.
The last one. Well, she lost by 1.1%, 48.3%. So it's
Okay.
like a toss-up.
But that's
basically.
Porter County, too. So Porter
See,
County's
and interesting is when Mayor Bonta ran in his municipal, I think he got more than 51%.
We should
Oh,
get Mayor
absolutely.
I
Bonta.
think he
too.
got
he
like
did.
55.
I think Mayor Bonta would come on the show, too.
I do too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
Steve, I hope you're listening, taking notes.
Steve's
Now-
like, I'm trying to work, man.
Now all these are Democrat seats that we would fear would somehow have a disadvantage in
Yep.
this
Okay.
scenario, right? Okay, so now there's probably some unintended consequences on the other side. Okay, so we have all of these suburban mayors in the donut counties.
Yeah, man.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're right.
So we have
so you got
Zionsville,
Carmel,
right? John
Zionsville.
Stair, by all accounts, a good mayor, good guy. I've met him.
Republican,
He's
right?
Republican.
Okay.
He just won the election. Used to be on television in Indianapolis, actually. 48.7% for Kamala, but she won by 0.1 because the third party votes and
Got it,
other
okay.
votes. She
All
actually
right.
won by 0.1%.
Kamala
In
did well.
Zionsville.
So Zionsville becomes
Kamala
a
did well in
toss-up race every year,
because
right?
the donut cities and towns are like purple.
How about
right?
Carmel?
During
How
what
about
about
Carmel?
Carmel and Fishers?
Carmel, man, this one is wild. 51.6% for Kamala.
Okay,
That's crazy.
Interesting.
Carmel's turning, man.
So you have Mayor Finkham won, I think, sort of handily. I don't remember the numbers exactly, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that close.
Right. It was
necessarily.
better than
We
52.
had a great candidate there, by
Fishers?
the way, Miles Nelson, but he did lose.
Miles is great, man.
Yep.
51.6 for Kamala in Carmel. That's crazy.
So obviously-
in Fishers, Kamala won by 0.5%.
There you go.
So we have Scott Fadden as Republican mayor,
And
By
we
all
know that
accounts,
he
once
won
again,
by
doing a decent job,
he
right?
didn't lose, and he definitely would have been on the flip side of that potentially if everybody voted the
So
same.
I think
think
what
so.
Zach's trying to say is maybe this isn't such a slam dunk mayor, Tom, because there's unintended repercussions from. Well,
And
there
I
is
guarantee
also.
you they're pushing the Republican mayors that Zach just mentioned are pushing back
Right.
on it.
Zach, you also talked about polling data when you walked in for Governor
Oh,
Braun.
yeah.
Polling data just came out for
Well,
Governor Braun.
Well, this
Oh, I
is
didn't hear
interesting,
this.
right? So this is
This is good
yeah,
because Governor Braun's
this
not
is brand
popular with
new.
Democrats, and he's not really popular with Republicans because of things like SB1. He's got Republicans pissed because of that. He's got Democrats pissed because we're Democrats. So I wonder what the governor's pulling. Now, keep in mind, if you're a governor of Indiana, you're supposed to be around 50%.
Better.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say probably better. So I'll put some context to this. And by the way, this is from I believe friend of the show, Abdul Hakim Shabbat.
He is definitely a friend of the show.
Yes,
multi-time guest.
He put out a cheat sheet that I just
thank you, Abdul.
Yeah, that I just figured out. So Donald Trump, to provide context, Donald Trump is at 48% favorable, 47% unfavorable.
Okay.
In this poll, okay?
Wow.
Okay.
So +1 on the
So
favorability
Braun
scale.
should be right around where Braun should be more popular than the president.
I would imagine mid-40s with those kind of numbers, right? I mean, and by the way, Braun is a big Trump guy, right?
Yeah.
He's trying to make Trump happy most of the time, and so
he should be in the 48%.
In the first term of Trump, Braun was one of the biggest. Was a very big supporter of the president.
Tom got a preview, so Kevin, you're going to be shocked.
Okay, can't wait.
Braun, 22% favorable.
What? That is shocking.
I don't think
gasped.
this is a typo. In fact,
Abdul
had to say, yes, you read
was a
that
legit
correctly.
gasp.
That was a legitimate gasp. I was like,
It was a gasping moment.
54% unfavorable.
that's
for
crazy.
Governor Braun.
I saw Kevin clutch his pearls.
It's just shocking. And then, by the way, our friend Micah Beckwith, our lieutenant governor, 9% favorability. He's a lot less known. Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's just
37% unfavorable.
It makes me wonder about the sample. Because
I have some of that too.
Okay,
Kevin, thank
wow.
you. You're
Curious.
guiding me through the document perfectly. The partisan split on this sample, which was taken in late August, it looks like 1,600 people surveyed, 2.5% margin of error. 52% Republican on the partisan split. That's likely self-identified. That's often how they do it. But they usually match that up to the voter file too, and sort of figure out if people are lying or not. So
those numbers are
52%
really
Republican,
surprising.
36% Democrat, 12% Independent.
All right, we got one more topic to talk about before we say goodbye to Zach and the crew today, and that is this rumor going around that the president is suffering from some sort of pretty significant or serious medical condition.
This is why it's great to have a registered nurse in the studio when we go through this segment.
Don't flatter me.
To tell us how
decided
crazy
to
we
talk
are.
about this before I told you I was going to fact check you.
No, but this is it's pervasive on TikTok right now. That Donald Trump, allegedly, this is what TikTok is bringing up in multiple instances with heart doctors and everything, that Donald Trump has congestive heart failure. Okay, and that he's got limited amount of time left. And do you mind if we play that first TikTok right there, Chris? It's the one right under Donald Trump. No, not the rap
That's
video.
John Cantrell's rap video.
Not the rap video.
That guy.
No.
Not anymore.
We're testing Chris.
So this is
he thought he was
this
done
is
for
a
the day.
this is a heart doctor. No, he's a PhD or something. He gives his credentials. at it.
Cardiologist.
Thank you.
I didn't think he was. All right.
We'll let Chris get caught up.
Yeah, I'm looking for the.
That's all right.
It's right underneath in the note. It's right underneath this Trump have congestive heart failure. So, oh shoot, we're
We're
not
having trouble getting into it. It's all right.
It's the infamous.
Oh, here we
that
go.
guy.
TikTok.
That's the one. Okay, here it is.
What are his qualifications?
We're gonna find
He
out.
gives it. He
He's
gives
a
it.
Braves fan, first of all, so I do like that.
He's muted. Hold on.
I'm a home health physical therapist with a doctorate in my field. I see congestive heart failure patients on a daily basis. The reason I know that he has congestive heart failure is because of the swelling in his feet and ankles. And the reason I know it's getting worse is because he's sitting behind the desk on camera now. He lashed out against MSNBC for giving him hash about his ankles. This is how we know that something is true, because it gets to Trump. Remember recently where he was talking about going to heaven for some fucking reason? He says, people said I'm not doing very well. I don't think he's talking about the media. I think he's talking about the doctors who are treating him. The only reason his health has been maintained at all is because he has the privilege of getting IV diuretics, spironolactone, Lasix, Bumex, something like that. That's why his hands have been bruised and covered with makeup. Badly, I might add.
IVs.
We know that it's getting worse because he knows he cannot hide the degree of swelling. That's why he's sitting behind the desk. Oh, he also has chronic kidney disease, which is also contributing to the swelling in the feet and ankles. I can't tell you how many times I have seen a patient in their home because they were hospitalized for AKI, or acute kidney injury. And the kidney injury was caused by nephrotoxic medications, namely diuretics, spironolactone, Bumex, Lasix. The president is definitely getting sicker, and we know he's not going to change his diet because he's such a fucking idiot. I think he's going to be around for 6 to 8 months tops. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
This guy now, I wanted to check this guy's credentials, TikTok credentials.
You gotta X out because then it's gonna play the next video.
Hundreds of thousands of followers this guy has, and this video has hundreds of thousands of. Okay, so give it what it
Yeah,
this is pervasive on TikTok.
Yeah,
right now.
we don't know this guy's credentials. He says he's a home health nurse with a doctorate. Lindsey, what is your review?
He's a doctorate. He has a doctorate of physical therapy.
Okay, got it.
So he handles patients and helps them build up their strength. He's not prescribing anything. He's just observing. He's not giving medications. Nothing. These are just things that he has learned on the job, and I'm sure he's learned through his doctorate, but he's not, this is not his wheelhouse. This is all observational knowledge. According to him, his words, is that this is what I've seen.
So what do you think when you hear that guy talk?
He made a lot of really good points. I think he's making a couple of leaps and jumps. I'm sure he's on diuretics, but he's making assumptions that it's IV diuretics, which are more potent than oral, because of the bruising on his hands. That's an assumption. We don't know that for sure. We do see that he has a lot of swelling. Swelling starts from the feet and moves upwards toward the heart and then into the lungs. He does have a lot of bruising, but that could be explained by a number of different things. It could be dehydration. The treatment for congestive heart failure is to get the fluid off the body. So you're going to be using diuretics. But I saw a TikTok, and this is also just an assumption, but there are some pictures that are going around that shows that Trump under his suit jacket has something hanging around his shoulders.
I saw that.
And what that usually looks like is an LVAD contraption or a device. And an LVAD basically keeps blood pumping into the vessels around the heart using a balloon in the aorta. He disappeared for 6 days. He didn't do any public showings at all. He had nothing scheduled. He wasn't on the news or anything. He wasn't doing interviews. And then he showed up and he has these things underneath his suit jacket. I think he probably did have an emergency of some sort. I don't know if it's related to congestive heart failure. That would be a good guess based on what we can see, but
all right.
Damn, you learned a lot in school.
Man, that was so interesting.
I love it, man.
Mesmerized by Lindsey's knowledge.
This is my wheelhouse. I literally work with patients. The AKI is anybody who's dehydrated. When we're getting rid of fluid off the body, when you're dehydrated, it hurts your kidneys. That's what an acute kidney injury is. That's what you had with the rhabdo.
Right.
Is that the kidney just takes some damage because it's dehydrated.
My kidney didn't get damaged, though. They checked it.
No, yeah. Your kidneys were okay, but there was a risk.
They were worried about it.
That's why they checked.
They were worried about it.
But, this is my wheelhouse. This is literally almost all my patients are dealing with.
To summarize everything you just said, you think there's definitely something going on.
There's definitely something going on. I mean, having some swelling in your ankles is a pervasive issue for a number of reasons for multiple millions of people across the world. I'm not going to leap and say that he has 6 to 8 months. That's a really specific date for somebody who doesn't diagnose. But I mean, yeah, he probably has some fluid over too much fluid.
And he is getting the best care known to man.
But also, didn't the doctor come out?
Stress of
that is true.
That
is
well,
true.
and his diet we know is not great either. But didn't his doctor? Every year his doctor does a physical and always comes out and says his blood pressure is 120/80. There's no way. With his ankles like that, there's no way. With that much fluid in his body, that's a lie. I mean, just looking at it and then looking at the blood pressure that they have marked and they release to the public, that makes no sense.
We're looking at his ankles, and his ankles are flowing over the top of like a muffin top on his shoes. It's, you know what a muffin top is when your pants are on too tight and your fat goes over the top. That's what his ankles are doing to his shoes.
His feet are swollen to the point where they don't fit properly in the shoes.
And again, this was something on the internet. I have no idea whether this was cropped or whatever.
True story.
Yeah. So this, it could be AI for all we know.
But also somebody going on the internet and saying that he's got 6 to 8 months to live. He doesn't.
Right.
That's not his wheelhouse.
Yep.
So I'm not going to bank on that. We're not going to do an over-under bet for it because I don't think that's true.
So
people live with congestive heart failure for years.
Okay.
There you go.
But anyway, we cover it all here on
Wrap us
LOCPod.
up.
Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks, dude.
Thanks for having me.
What a show.
Yeah.
We had 2 guests, a lot of topics. We covered probably 10 different topics.
Yeah.
Testing Chris to the max. Right? We have videos.
I don't
we
think
have
John has, over the last 2 episodes,
Dude.
I don't think John has had to do what Chris has done.
It's good to know that, Chris is out there if we ever need him. By the way, Chris, I'm going to give you a gift card for the last 2 days of work. I appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
You like which?
Just being here is the gift. You
Yes,
don't have
of
to
course.
give me anything.
But no, I want to. I was thinking
appreciate
by
it.
way. Is that cool?
Sure.
Yeah. All right. So
All
you and
right.
your beautiful wife, Melissa, could go out and enjoy Byway Brewing free on LOCPod for being a 2-time producer. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
It's only worth $25, but it's the thought that counts.
25. We didn't
Well, we'll
agree
pay
to
for
that.
her.
15. I'll pay it. $12.50. I'll cover it myself.
One shot
So,
on me.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate you very much.
Anytime.
For the last 2 days. And Vez is going to be back on the next show, and we push Chris's cover. Baby, thank you for the excellent nurse.
The loans were worth it.
The medical minute.
By the way,
Right, medical
honestly,
minute. I like
at
that.
this moment right
Lindsey's
here.
Vince,
medical
honestly,
minute.
like
It was worth
I've
it
never
just
I've never
for
heard
this
you talk
feeling right
like
now.
medical like that, and that's pretty awesome for a
Yes.
dad to hear.
Proud
his
dad
daughter.
And I'm
moment.
like
Oh, yeah.
exhausted too.
Yeah.
I've been up all
Good
night.
job, baby.
So
Good job. Proud of you, Zach. Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for everything. It's great to work with you again. It's great to see you. Thanks for coming up to the region, and thanks for
Always,
coming
man.
on LOCPod, man.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
Anytime.
you. And Kevin, thank you very much, man.
Always.
That it seemed like pre-show took a long time last night.
Yeah, it was worth it though.
Yeah, it was
We
a
kinda-
good show.
really
we
like
dug in a
hanging
bit.
out.
Yeah.
Well, we had pre-show. We had meeting with Zach, and it
Yeah.
took us honestly 2.5.
yeah, we were working last night,
Yeah, we were working for you
and
guys.
it showed.
We were working for
Look
you.
at all this research I brought
right.
you.
The
Come on.
LOCPodders. Yeah.
We
This
didn't
is
even
real
have that.
stuff.
Thanks everybody for listening to LOCPod. Season 16, episode 4 is in the books. We're going to be back on Tuesday with John Vesmar and more shenanigans. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Happy birthday, Vez. Enjoy your trip. And we'll see you all on Tuesday. LOCPod is
Friday.
out on Friday. Oh, never mind. LOCPod's out.